Hello, I'm in Technibond's laboratory today to answer one question, which is why Technibond invests in a technical department, a test laboratory, when virtually none of our competitors do. And the simple answer is we think it allows us to give much better customer service, particularly technical service. But I wanted to explain that in a bit more detail and talk to you about the sort of testing we do here and the benefits that we think that gives our customers. So we use the laboratory for three main purposes. The first purpose is quality control, and we certainly don't test every batch of material that comes into the company. We expect our suppliers to do that for us and to give us access to the test data. But we can and we do test materials to make sure they do conform to the spec sheet, and we do that in a couple of instances. If we have any concerns over a batch of product, we test it just to make sure. And if any of our customers have got a concern, or indeed if they've got a problem, the first thing we'll do is to test the product, make sure it does conform to the spec. In some cases, that's all people need for reassurance. In some cases, they do have a problem, and knowing that the product is to spec doesn't actually answer the problem, but it's the first thing that we always have to do. Otherwise, you can't really investigate the problem. So firstly, we always do that. And if we didn't have this laboratory, we'd have to do as some of our competitors would have to do, send the material back to a supplier in Germany or China or wherever and wait for a reply. We don't think our customers want to wait that sort of time for a reply, so we like to get that done immediately and get on with any sort of problem or issue. Now, the second thing that we use the lab for is application testing for customer service. And whereas in quality control we're testing to standard materials under standard conditions, for application testing we're testing as closely as possible to the customer's conditions. So if possible, we'll use customer's own material, we'll try to reproduce any temperature requirements so that we can show that this particular product is the one that best suits the customer, and we can prove before somebody comes to buy a product that that's virtually bound to do the job. And it's important for us that we quantify all of these results, partly so that we can give people that assurance, but also because in a lot of cases there may be two products that have performed well, and we can say to a customer, there are two products, this one gives 10 or 20% better performance, but it's 10 or 20% higher in price, and the customer can make that decision whether that premium is worth it for him for that type of performance. The third thing that we use the lab for is development, and unlike a lot of our competitors, we develop our own products, and we do developments of two different types. We put our own constructions together, maybe by adding release films or release papers to products, sometimes by laminating two products together, or in fact laminating one of our products to a customer's material. Now, having put a product together, we need to be able to test it to make sure that it's going to perform as we expected. And one of the critical things with new products is to make sure that it's stable with age. So we'll do accelerated testing to make sure that when the customer comes to use the product in a year, or in fact, or potentially worse, he's bonded his material to a product and that's used in a year, that the product is still going to work. You don't suddenly find that you can't take the release paper off or something like that. So we do all these developments properly, and we know the products are stable. And the other type of development we do is in conjunction with our suppliers. So in a lot of cases we'll develop completely new products from scratch with one of our suppliers, doing joint testing between us. And in that case we will likely as not do most of the application testing, because that's the bit that we understand the best, and the supplier will do other forms of testing, and then we'll bring a completely new product to market, which is hopefully the best of its type for that application. That's what we pride ourselves on. So there's those three areas where we think we deliver real customer benefit. Actually, there's a fourth benefit that we get from having a lab, because in doing all of this testing, the quality control testing, the application testing, developments, we learn a huge amount about our products from a technical point of view. And we combine that with our field experience of the products, what our customers say about the products, to give us a huge wealth of knowledge about all of the products in our product range. If you think that you could make use of this technical knowledge, if you'd like to explore this further, please have a chat with us. Use the phone number at the top of the page. Give us a ring. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.